We're gonna be there. You're live.
We
Okay.
are live.
We are live. So let me check that. Yes, we are live in the group as well.
Oh,
So hello, good morning to everyone who's watching right now. Um, Monika here, and I've got lovely guest here with me. It's Vera. And I don't know, do you want to say hello to everyone?
hello, hi, good morning on a rainy, downpoury Saturday in London. But we did enjoy a few really sunny days, so maybe, cooling down time.
That's how I feel because it was really, really hot yesterday. So, and day before. So I was like so happy when it's a bit of rain and cooling.
Yeah.
Right. So let me introduce Vera. So Vera is, I will start with mom of two girls, two lovely girls, busy mom, running around. Um, she loves wellness and health. Area. She is mindful parenting coach, which is really interesting.
Mm.
Yes. And before lockdown, you were teaching yoga for kids and mindfulness. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes, I was teaching in schools and nurseries. And for the last year and a half, I suppose, yeah, it's been a while. And since lockdown, we haven't been able to do that, but I've been offering coaching sessions for parents and for kids sometimes that they can join in and do. But actually, I've been mostly spending time with my kids at home and developing my coaching business and thinking how I want to go forward now that we had the time to stop and slow down and uh, re what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe repurpose or find whether the things that we did before were working. Was that the right thing? Because if this wasn't the wake up call, then I don't know what is. And I felt one of the lucky ones that have found the last few years something that I really, really love doing and I'm so passionate about. So when career and purpose fit together, it's amazing. But still, it can go in so many ways that it was a good time to stop and start journaling and seeing in which direction I want to continue.
It's amazing because many people don't know. Even if we have these lockdown and quiet place, many people are bored, don't know what to do, or just suppressing with a TV, alcohol, sex, games, whatever it is, instead of looking inwards.
Exactly. And the outside, the conditions that are happening outside will always change, and we need to adapt. And I guess that's the not the illness, but of our society nowadays is the fast-paced living and not being able to sit down and reevaluate. That's the word I was looking for. Reevaluate your life and your purpose and why are we here, and even if it's not such deep questions, but whether what you're doing and a job is kind of 60-70% of your day and of your life. So if you're not doing what you're enjoying, then maybe it's time to reevaluate what you want to do with your life and whether what you were in was the right thing for you or not. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, it was a super, super scary and rocky world for everyone, no matter who you are, no matter how much money you had in your bank account. There's been businesses collapsing, there's been relationships collapsing, there's been everything because we were not used to spending so much time maybe with each other or at home. Uh, but also, I believe it's one of those things that you got scared of looking at yourself in the mirror and realizing what you are or what you're not. And this was a proper, okay, now you have time to do that. Are you happy with who you are? It's kind of a big one.
Yeah, you need to as well know probably the right question to ask yourself to find out the answers. Yeah, definitely. So tell me, what is it about you mentioned like you find the passion or the way you want to live your life. Tell me more about that. What is it?
Well, my wake up call was probably about 4 years ago. Actually, a few years before that, I was already super healthy conscious. I was one of those that was reading the labels at the back of packages of whether it was food for my one daughter back then or for ourselves. I was juicing. I was, doing all the right things, but never really feeling much different for it. Or I thought I was feeling great and that I was healthy, but actually I wasn't really. And that wasn't really a sustainable way of living. So I did not decided, but kind of found that the 80-20 rule works for me and or for us, and it's all about balance. So 80% be really mindful of what you're consuming, and for me food is the core of what I do and what I believe in and what I stand for. And I think nowadays we are waking up to toxins, toxicity, whether it's food, whether it's skincare, whether it's the air we breathe, whether it's the news we consume. Um, so we're kind of waking up. And I had this for a while back before this health and self-care was in, if I can put it like that. But it wasn't sustainable, so I stopped with the juicing. There was nursery runs and drops off and schools and businesses and life. So I kind of fell off the wagon and was, this is too hard to do. And then when my second daughter was born, Annabelle, 4 years ago, um, certain products and a business fell into my lap when actually I wasn't looking for anything. So what I was looking for was, I used to be someone who would go to Whole Foods or Holland and Barrett and be, okay, tell me what I need to take so I feel good. And the same with my kids and the same with my husband, who has a really heavy job, um, who suffered from eczema and a whole lot of, heart problems in the family. So of course I was scared, and I wanted to prevent as much as I could in my own family. And whenever I went into any of those shops, I was given a choice of 20, 50, 100 products that I could take. So I've tried different supplements, I've tried different superfoods, I've tried adding chia and flaxseed and all these things that now are so common. But it wasn't, again, sustainable for me. Is, something that you can do every single day in a convenient way, that is affordable and gives you quality products. And this is what I found with a company that found me, actually, or a person found me, that is called Juice Plus, who do whole food supplements that are all farm grown, vine ripened, no pesticides, no GMO, all the good stuff. And all they are is basically fruits and vegetables. So for me, it made such sense that when I got introduced to them, that I thought, how the hell have I not known about this before? Why are they not in any shop? And
Yeah.
is it too good to be true? Because for 2000 years, or whenever humanity started, not 2000 million years, uh, we've talked about eating fruits and vegetables. The Roman did that, our grandparents did that, and we know what we should be doing, but we are just not doing it. So these products, basically, to sum it up, did it all: quality, quantity, and variety every single day. And as a cliche as it may sound, changed my life. They kind of did, because I suddenly started being from overtired, which is totally normal to feel tired when you're a mom or when you work on, when you're busy on. And we've kind of, gotten used to this is how I'm meant to feel. I'm meant to feel tired because I'm working 70 hours a week. I'm meant to feel tired because my baby wakes up. But actually, you're not meant to feel tired. And when you realize, or when you feel how you're supposed to feel, then there's no turning back. So this is what happened to me 4 years ago. And also slowly, by feeling better in myself, knowing that I'm giving the best quality nutrition I can to my kids, um, it was also a turning point of realizing how self-care is so important, and how I've completely neglected that. And as much as an excuse your kids can be for a mom, or a business can be for a worker, or, we can always throw
Yeah.
excuses in, there is a way to change that. And such a small shift can make such a big difference to your own life, and a ripple effect to everyone around you, whether
Yeah.
it's your immediate family, whether it's, as a neighbor, as a friend, as a human being. um, so I went back to basics, let's say. Nutrition
Yeah.
has always been key, and then self-care, which again is something that we throw around a lot out there now. But when you actually understand what it means, and how
I just, yeah.
simple, it sounds simple, and we all know what we need to do. You need to eat your vegetables, right? But you don't. You know what self-care means, but you don't do it.
Well, I will kind of stop you, because many people think, oh, self-care means I need to go pedicure, manicure, do my facial, and not looking inwards. That's
Inwards,
really so.
absolutely.
I feel like I will let you tell our audience what self-care mean to you or for your family.
So it was a realization of many, many Momzilla moments together, that this is not how I want to behave, and this is not the example I want to be setting for myself. And it was it was quite a visual moment for me, when I realized that my reactions towards my children were not triggered by them. They were triggered by me. So whenever I
Mm.
was tired, whenever I felt like I'm unfulfilled, and it goes to the most simplest thing, is finding time for you. So I don't care how busy you are. I don't care that your kids wake up at 4 in the morning, and we've all done that. Whether you are a parent or not, you wake up at whatever time, but we have responsibility and a chance and a choice to show up how you want to show up. And it can, feel maybe overwhelming when you don't know where to start. So when I talk to the women I work with, I always say, start small. You don't have to tomorrow wake up and start running half a marathon and start doing a yoga session. And it's not even about yoga, or these are the things that work for me. And a lot of people find things like meditation and yoga quite overwhelming and too airy fairy, and this is not for me, without even
Boo.
trying
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You
I
need to be
urge
in
you to
certain
try this.
position. Yeah.
I'm not super fit. I'm working on it, but I'm not super fit. I'm not super flexible, although I've been doing yoga for a while. But the not the problem. Yeah, it is staying consistent. So when you do it every
Yes.
single morning, you will see improvements in yourself. So it's just a matter of finding. So by starting small, I mean, if you wake up every day at 7, wake up tomorrow at 10 to 7, wake up at quarter to 7. This is what I did. This is what worked for me. And as for the last 2 years, I guess, I've been waking up at 6 religiously every single morning. Some days it's 5 if I feel like I need more and 6 o'clock wasn't enough for me. And I promise it's the best that I've ever felt. And it's not that you don't need 8 hours of sleep. I would rather sleep less and get refueled in the morning with me time than sleep. And
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
not, for the lazy, or because we can binge watch Netflix and be sluggish and lethargic. And but when you wake up early and you seize the day and you have time to show some love to
To yourself.
yourself first.
Yeah.
Fill your own cup first before you give it to your partner, to your child, to your job, to your mom, to whoever else around you. Everyone will get a bit of you, and you will still
Yeah.
have something left for yourself, and you will be like, you I can see you're in, like, also in like a bubble, because you glow differently, you flow differently,
You vibe
you
differently
vibe
as well.
differently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so small step, one step at a time, not changing everything from one day to another day, and creating consistency, a routine. And I can see people are watching right now. So if anyone have any question for anything, at the moment we're talking about the self-care, pop the question in and we're gonna ask Vera or I can respond it. So yes, self-care one step at a time, and in a long term, or in yeah, it is long term, you will see, not only see, but you will feel
Feel.
different, you will think different, you will look different, as we just said, you will glow, you will, the energy around you, you will start attracting different people, and as you said, the bubble you will be surrounded, it change.
Mm.
But we need to stay this, like we need to start with one small step at a time.
That's the key,
Yeah.
because otherwise it can be overwhelming and then you stop. This goes with whatever we do, and we are a generation, or as humans, we want effect now, today, if not yesterday.
We want a quick fix. We want a plaster.
And the body, I mean, the relationship with which we have with ourselves is the longest one. No one else is around us as much as we are around ourselves. So the self-care also, yes, of course. Let's go to the, for me, body and mind go together, and I can add soul probably to that as well. So mind, body, and soul, you can't do one and neglect the other, because they work together.
Mm.
So, and they are also, intertwined, interconnected. So you feed your brain with, and you train your mindset, your body will follow. You train your body, the mind will follow. You can't have great nutrition and I mean, they are so connected that it's inevitable that one will change with the other. It just happens like that. So we need to make sure we feed all these aspects of ourself with respect, with mindfulness, with, and mindfulness mindfulness is all about, it sounds again like a scary word, and this is something that we can learn so much from observing children. They are in the moment, in the now, and nothing else matters. And this is something that I see every single day with my own kids, or with the kids that I teach, or with the kids that I observe. And this is what we as adults find the hardest thing to do.
We lost it. We forget it. We suppress it on side.
Because it's scary to face your own feelings, your own, and that's why there's always all sorts of distractions that we, whether it's shopping, whether it's Netflix, whether it's arguments, whether it's outside world. And none of that matters if you are happy inside. And I guess we're all searching for that ultimate happiness, but the ultimate happiness isn't the bigger car, the bigger house,
How?
the handsome man, the
Then,
3 kids that are perfectly dressed. None of that matters. A world where there's no problems and no economic crisis. And actually, I heard the other day on some coaching call that I was on, and it's something that I've heard over and over, and it's, we think our problem is that we think we shouldn't have any problems. So life is like this. If we don't have the ups and downs, it's a
yeah.
flat line. So of course, if you, that's inevitable, but how we react to it is what we can control. And how we react to it is very much connected with the time we spend with ourselves inward. So when you're
Mm,
happy, you will be more empathetic, you will be more understanding. The news will bother you less, because you know that there's nothing you can control about that. And
mm.
with this situation, whether I've been talking to my parents or with friends, or of course it's scary. Of course you don't know what tomorrow will bring, or whether you can protect yourself or not. But by worrying with things like that, I promise you, you will get, something. You will get a headache. You might get the flu. You might beat yourself up, and you know what I mean. But if you are strong mentally and inside and mindful to yourself and have self-love and control basically your own self, this is what you can do. The rest is not up to you, so we have to accept the rest and yeah,
I
control
just
your
feel
own
like you just
self.
dropped the bomb here, like, pooh! She drop it now straight away, like in our face, and that's what it is. Straight talking. This is what it is. And I love the description, as you said, like our life is like a line, and it's like I've been describing this by when someone monitor our heartbeat. The heartbeat goes up and down. Yeah, you've got this one. If it's flat,
If it's a flat
it's dead.
line,
Yeah, it's that. So we need that up and down, and finding the balance. You will go to too much, or like you will have so much money, and after you have nothing. You need to find that. Everyone's saying that we need to find the balance, but for me, it's more like finding the consistency, the kind of the middle way of living. So yes.
but also balance. This is something that I used to struggle with so much. Balance for me was 50-50, the yin and the yang, but there is no such thing as 50-50. So I would beat myself up for business and kids. I would beat myself up and we all do that. So there is no, or for eating, or for whatever it is, there is no 50-50. So balance is what works for you. As long as the scale can go like this and it's turning, and here you are happy, and then, oh, something happens in life, and okay, you go down. But you know that when you go down, you're going to go up again. So realizing that it's not black and white, there's so much grayness in between, and it's finding what works for you. So I can tell you all the tips and the tricks that you can use. If they don't work for you, but then you're not going to know until you try them.
Yeah.
So just like, I get super, super cross when people tell me straight away, oh no, this is not for me. I can't do what you do.
Juicy Plus, the products,
Whatever it is, I can't do what you do. I can't wake up at 6 o'clock. Have you tried? Have you tried if it works? Every habit to create, it takes 21 to 28 days. So first you get rid of the old habits and you reinstall a new habit. Reprogram the brain. And that's also why I am so passionate, again, I'm going to use that word, of trying to not program my kids, but give them the habits and the foundation now, so that they don't have to unlearn. Of course, they're going to unlearn some things that I've done wrong and they've picked up or whatever. But if I can give my kids, influence someone else's kids, that they can have the foundation now. And this is also one of the reasons why I've been super, super like trying to get programs into schools where they can teach yoga and mindfulness as a core subject. Because we're not being taught self-love and self-care and mindfulness in school. No. We're taught English and math, and good enough for me in my eyes, and everything I have learned, listened to, experienced. This generation suffers from the not good enough syndrome. Probably not just this generation, in general. And that happens from the way we're brought up, and the school system helps a lot.
A lot, yep.
A lot. So creating healthy habits and routines that work for you are super, super key. Self-care, self-love, self-acceptance, and creating rituals that work for you. But you have to try them first. You have to try if they work for you.
So I brought you here talking about self-care and prevention, but self-care, well, I know you try our products and I know you are super aware of what is good, what is quality, what is kind of rubbish, what have toxins. So if you can tell me more, like you said, you didn't have a routine before, like a skincare routine before. So what makes you to suddenly change?
I was rubbish at my skincare routine. So gifted with good genes, with good quality nutrition. I would sometimes, just do a routine. Sometimes I would sometimes put a peeling on, and sometimes put our omega oil capsules on, and sometimes do something. But knowing everything I know, I'm all about prevention. So in my mind, anti-wrinkle, anti this, that, when I'm in my late 40s, I don't believe that's going to work. I'm going to see how I'm going to feel then. But I wanted something that I was 100% that I would trust to put on the skin, which is our biggest organ, which is something that shows. And as you know, and I've said before, I'm not someone who really uses much makeup, because for me the feeling comes from the inside. Uh, but I am super aware of toxins, and I'm super aware of quality. So when I would read all these things, the ingredients lists on everything else that was sold around, I just wasn't sold. So that's why I tried, different kind of natural and a little bit of cleanser here, a little bit of toner there, and a little bit of this there, but never something that stuck to me that I fell in love with. And by speaking to you and learning about the products, I mean, I've heard of them before, but never really got someone that
Into.
maybe, at the time, maybe I wasn't interested in that. And this was the right time when I thought, okay, listen, I need to do something about this now. Um, and by using I'm using the cleanser, the toner, and the skin feast
Which is
really,
moisturizer, yeah.
really religiously. So I've created, and I'm so much about rituals, and drinking coffee is a ritual for me. Opening my gratitude journal in the morning is a ritual for me. And doing my cleansing routine has become a ritual for me. And I'm happy that I found something that I can. So I've trusted what you said, because you know your thing. I came to you because you know what you're talking about. I don't know about the skincare. I just can read a little bit and read the parabens and know that they're bad, but I don't necessarily know that they are, which ones are good. So this wasn't something that I was, interested in finding out. It's, I needed someone to tell me what to do. And I asked you, what do I need for this kind of skin? And then I read a little bit more about the whole story of Tropic, how it started, how sustainable they are, the whole ethos of the company, which I love. These are the things that I find super, super important, and putting it on my skin is super important. And now I look forward to trying the sun protection collection, which, I've kind of missed the heat wave.
It will be another one. It
But
will be
there will be
another one.
another one, yeah. I checked the old one that I had, because, yeah, it looked rubbish. So many ingredients, and yeah, I'm all about quality and asking yourself why something, not asking why is this expensive. It's not expensive. Ask yourself, why is this so cheap? How can this be just £2?
Oh yeah.
There's 28 ingredients on. Where do you think they come from? There's probably not good quality ingredients inside. If the same with food, the same with skincare, the same with whatever else you choose. So I would rather put my money into quality on the things I find super important, like your body.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel good about yourself, and it shows.
And then the knowing, it's just like I'm not talking only about the skincare, but as you said, food, and knowing that you putting good nutritional food inside of your body, that you nourish your systems, anything inside can grow again, the cells can regenerate, if you put in good nutritional food or skincare on your skin or into a digestive system, you will feel like your mood change, because the hormones start like working correctly how they should. Your gut gonna digest it because it's gonna be easier to digest it. So yes, definitely.
But they're so connected, aren't they? And you
Yeah,
feel the difference, you see the difference. Um, yeah, it's something that we should all be aware of, actually. It
yeah, and
shouldn't be a luxury or something that you need to be into to feel good about yourself. And I maybe this is my limiting belief that I've been super not against, but like covering your face in makeup and clothes to make yourself feel better. For me, those are external
yeah,
validations and external love. And I believe that those, of course, for some people it works. I'm not judging or saying don't wear lipstick that makes you feel empowered and feminine. But I feel that the majority of women that do that, they want to cover up how they actually feel
something.
inside.
Mm,
So yeah, that's blame it on the TV culture and on the adverts and magazines and
yeah,
looking a perfect way. And this is also something that I try to be super cautious about
conscious. Yeah,
and conscious about with raising my own girls, to be the way I speak to myself, the way they hear me speak to myself, the way they are copying what I do and how I do it and asking questions. And yeah, I hope I give them a good example, and it's very important for them to hear, because they're going to be teenagers no matter what, and of course they're going to go through all these phases. But again, if they have a good foundation of understanding how that it's important how you feel about you, not what someone else on the outside says about you, yeah, I think that's more important.
that's a key. That's a key to self-love, to self-care too. Yeah, definitely. Yes, and as soon as you start doing these little work, little steps, you start preventing anything which could happen in 10 years. And as you just described it, like with your kids, with your daughters, anything you seed inside now, in 5, 10 years, you will see it. Whatever, if you have negative attitude, you will see that in there. If you're putting like a good attitude and showing the self-love, self-care, they will mirror it as well. So yeah,
Exactly.
prevention with a good language.
Positive language. This is not to say that we don't have shitty days or shitty feelings, or you accept those. I'm all
Yes,
for accepting that you should cry, because
yes,
why do we cry if we're not
yeah,
meant to? It's
yeah,
biologically there.
yeah.
Um, Whether
You
it's
should
a
feel
boy or a
angry,
girl, angry, it's a feeling. I
sad. Oh
teach
my
this
God,
a
yeah.
lot about in the yoga classes as well, because I could see myself like 3-year-olds getting so angry, including my 4-year-old, or and it's okay. And you can't tell them you mustn't get angry or you shouldn't be angry. But there's a way that you can teach them to react. So instead of punching someone, you breathe and breathe
Mm.
and let go. And this is if you teach a 3-year-old,
Oh my God,
it
yes.
will be like second nature to them when they're adults.
Oh, I've got
And this
goosebumps.
is a key,
Mm.
a key component. I really, really believe that if the environment you were brought up in was violent, or you were told not to show this, or you picked it up along the way. It
Yeah.
doesn't always come from the parents. You've seen it somewhere. It's stuck in you. Maybe it was a teacher that said, and I've heard this. I've heard it on
Mm.
the school premises saying, "Oh, you are old enough. You shouldn't cry." I'm like, what? They're 7. I cry. What's wrong
I
with
cried.
crying?
Yeah.
Why do we do it then?
Well, it's
So
our
you hear it
society.
somewhere,
That's
and
the
it can,
society.
get stuck in you. And yeah, we need to create some change. We need to create some change.
Well, look,
Vulnerable men and women.
yes, yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Change, but it's
Acceptance.
more people will know that, and more people we can share with, like you teaching. I've got my massage place. I've got these like a group of people who are listening, who's watching, and more we share this, we bringing the good message out there. So people start being interesting. It's just, we only start with ourselves first, and after we can
Absolutely,
teach
absolutely.
others.
Starts with you, and then it's a ripple effect.
Yes, yeah, as you
And
said before in the beginning.
you can touch so many people that you will never ever meet. And that's
Mm.
the beauty of it.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, great. I'm aware of time, so where people can actually find you if they are more interesting in what you're doing. Tell us where people can find you.
So far, I've got an Instagram that is called The Mindful Parenting Coach. On Facebook, you can find me on my name and surname. I post a lot on my personal page about both things, so feel free to message me. I accept friendship really openly. And I hope I can impact you in some way or another. And I'm always here to answer questions, whether it's a small one or a big one. I'm happy to share what I've learned so far.
Oh, that's amazing. So thank you so much
My pleasure.
being here with me this Saturday morning. And hopefully, yeah, the world will change. We can influence it, and we will see how it will go. But thank you so much again to being here. And yeah,
My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
my pleasure. Right, I'm gonna end this up. So everyone, thank you for
Bye,
watching, and
everyone.
speak to you later. Bye bye.
Bye.